Hey, welcome back to the Soak Channel. That's SOAK, Son of a King, Son of the Most High God. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, just want to talk to you about something just briefly as we go into the 2023 year. And I want to talk about humility and what that may look like. All right. So, humility, let's talk about it briefly. And, you know, a lot of times, there are just so many things that people around us are saying. Some things that they're saying, some things that they're doing, maybe they're talking about someone, so forth and so on. And you're sitting there a lot of times and you're like, this joker, I wish she just shut the hell up. or, or this guy, he doesn't have a clue on what he's talking about. A lot of times that's hard for us to do, to be around someone who simply seems like they don't know. And you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, that's okay. It's okay that that person is saying what it is that they're saying, because at the end of the day, a lot of times you have to ask yourself, is it affecting you? Is it affecting your check? Is it affecting your sleep and things of that nature? Unfortunately, sometimes these things are affecting us because only we are allowing it to affect us. Okay? I refuse to let certain things like that affect me, right? Everything doesn't require a response. Let's talk about your family. A lot of times your family, they may be saying certain things. You might be like, oh, this girl right here, or oh, here come this Negro again talking about this, that, and the other, right? And I would venture to say that it's not sometimes even worth you, because where the problem lies a lot of times is our willingness to want to be right about something, or wanting everybody else to know that this person doesn't have a clue on what it is that they're talking about, right? But does that mean anything? Does that itself will produce any fruit, right? No. This is where humility comes in, where a lot of times you just be like, okay, right? And not even have to voice your opinion about something. Because a lot of times this is how you destroy relationships. Okay? Is it worth me telling this person? Now, if you have children and things of that nature, then of course that's different. It's our job as parents to guide and lead them in the right direction when they're saying something or doing something that is not right. Okay? But all the adults on your job, or the people that, your family or whatever, who are adults or whatever, well, doesn't require for you have to make a response all the time. It just doesn't, right? A lot of times that, you get these phone calls and the girl or the guy's talking about this, that, and the other, and you feel compelled to want to say, man, are you crazy? That's not this, that, and the other. Well, I've learned over the years, a lot of times I'll just be quiet, Sometimes I'm on the other end like, mm. How many times you been on the phone like that? Right? A lot of times I'm doing that because what the person is actually saying doesn't make any sense. Or what they're talking about does make sense, and the person that they may be talking about, that may be wrong. If it indeed happened the way that the person is telling me that it happened on the phone. But it doesn't require me to have a response. Sometimes I'm just listening. And because I may ask them, now, do you want my opinion, or are you just venting on the phone? Remember, a lot of times people just want you to listen. Fellas, if you have any women, you're dating someone, you're married, whatever the case may be, you've heard the stories. A lot of times they don't want you to comment. They just want you to listen. All right? And a lot of times that's hard to do, especially when it's, that ain't right, or that doesn't make sense. Well, it doesn't make sense to you, but for some reason it makes sense to them. And a lot of times it doesn't require a response. I have family members that say some things sometimes, and I just be like, what in the hell is this person talking about? You're just going to have people in your family or friends that you have that think that way. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. And you have to come to the realization that everybody is different, right? You say that everybody's different, but when someone has a different response or a different opinion, then you try to force your opinion and thoughts on them, knowing that everybody's different. That's where the humility comes in again. have to be have humility to believe and humble yourself to the point to where it's just like, hey, that's okay if that's what they think. All right. I have people in the job. We have firefighters, sergeants, lieutenants, captains, chiefs. All right. A lot of these people are not getting these positions because they want to be good leaders. Some of them are getting positions because they want to be telling people what to do and so forth and so on. And then some of them get the positions, maybe they're book smart or whatever the case may be, but have no people skills whatsoever. Okay. And a lot of times as you are on the job, they'll be saying this, that, and the other, and may not have a clue when it comes down to dealing with people or when it comes down to be tactical about certain things or whatever. But they had enough book smarts to pass the test to be in the position. Right? Well, a lot of times that, on the job, we feel like we need to utter something. We feel like we need to say something. Now, you need to be mindful about things like this here when you're places when you have superiors above you, whatever, because a lot of times these people will take it as a challenge. You're challenging their authority and you're challenging them what they just said, or you're trying to embarrass them in front of people a lot of times. So is it even worth it, you even saying anything a lot of times? Now, obviously, if it's going to get you killed or something like that in the moment, right, then you may want to disobey the order or you may want to say something, so forth. But a lot of times, in most cases, I guarantee you, it's not even worth a response. When you start thinking about what God has done for you, what God has done for you in your life, thinking about your family, you're thinking about where you are, you're thinking about your children and things like that, sometimes you need to take yourself to the happy place. And I guarantee you, when you do that, you won't even hear half the time what it is that they're saying. You just won't, because it's not important. It's not important to have to want to be right about something, have to want everybody else to know that you're right, Now, if they come around the table and ask you, well, counselor, what do you think? Or so-and-so, what do you think? Then, okay, you voice your opinion. And even then, sometimes I may say, hey, guys, whatever you guys are good with. A lot of times, that's what I'll say. Whatever y'all good with, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes your opinion don't even matter. They just want to see what it is that you're about to say. And sometimes I won't even give them a response. I'm like, hey, man, whatever y'all want to do. Because I got sense enough to know if whatever it is that they're talking about, if it ain't gonna kill me or nothing, then a lot of times I don't even worry about it. Okay, if that's what you want, fine, we'll do that, right? One of the things that I do a lot of times is that's what I won't even say anything. I'll just be like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing today. All right, cool, all right, because it doesn't bother me to sit back in the cut. It doesn't bother me. I don't have to be at front stage and saying this, that, and the other. All right. And then those who I may have, like another person who has humility or another person who's really wanting to know what's going on, I may talk to that person. Sometimes you just want to give the ear to the people that truly gets it, or who may want to know, or who may come to you for advice or whatever the case may be. And then you can voice your opinion, voice what it is that you want them to know. Okay? So remember that. Remember that going into 2023. A lot of times we have to, remember our audience. You have to know your people, right? Have to know your people. Have to know who it is that you're dealing with. Remember that, okay? Remember that whether it's family, whether it's friends, you have to know your audience, okay? And again, sometimes it's not even worth you having a rebuttal. Sometimes you just have to sit there and listen, all right? Or sometimes not listen. Maybe you just block him out. Okay. I've been in conversations where, and maybe this is wrong, but it's true a lot of times. Person just talking. I may start off listening, and as I'm listening, my face is like seemingly attentive to what they're saying. But in my mind, I'm thinking, man, this joker ain't got a clue. What is he or she talking about? Right? And then once they're done, be like, okay then. All right, cool. Not whether I agreed with it or disagreed with it. All right? Only if they ask me. Then I have to be truthful in my response. I'm not going to tell anybody a lot of times, yeah, that was cool, just to be cool with them. No, I'm going to be honest with them. If they ask for my opinion and what I thought, a lot of times, depending on the conversation now, because I just said ago, sometimes I might just say, if it's not even worth it or whatever the case may be, I might be like, okay, You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't finna let nobody get me killed or anything of that nature or whatever. So I'll definitely be honest and truthful about that. But sometimes, again, just remember, all right, and coming up in 2023, let's practice humility. Okay, let's practice humility, because a lot of times, again, it's not even worth a response. Let those say what it is that they say. Okay, you don't have to. You don't have to. Remember. You don't have to express your opinion on others. Okay, because opinions are just what they are. They're just opinions a lot of times, and everybody has one. All right, so keep those things in mind going into 2023. All right, let's practice together humility. All right, remember, guys, sometimes silence is golden. Okay, hey guys, this is the Soak Channel. All right, that's SOAK, Son of a King, Son of the Most High God. Hey guys, I hope some of the things that I'm saying are uplifting you. You're getting something from it, whether big or whether it's small. But it's all for the growth of ourselves and all for us, the betterment of ourselves and getting closer to God. All right? Because the word talks about humility as well. And please, whatever you do, don't let pride get in the way. Do not let pride get in the way. God talks about pride as well. He's not a fan of it at all. Okay? So humble yourselves, because in his word he says also, those who humble themselves, he will exalt them. And those who exalt themselves, he will humble them. So keep those things in mind. Until next time, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time on the Soak Channel. Guys, take care. Happy New Year once again, and let's do a little better, or a lot better, in the year coming, 2023. All right? As we draw closer to God every day. Peace.